I want to say this. We have been in the weekend and a lot has happened. I want to respond on statement that were given by the ODM fraternity when they were in Mombasa. You heard what Raila said, and what Raila said, he said, and you heard also what Junet said, and you heard what Sifuna said. Number one, let me start with Junet Mohammed. Junet Mohammed said that at the Bunge Tower was to take only 5 billion, but Muturi, during Muteri, it took 26 billion. He wants the explanation. Then Sifuna said that he should take those allegations to the EACC. Then I asked myself a question that these people, Junet Mohammed sits in the Business House Committee. He's also the majority minority leader, and is the ODM, is the one now who calls shots. What makes him call, where has he been to question Muturi, or to call him even before, or even to call him and ask them? Because kama sahi pia anaongea mambo ya 5 billion, anaongelea kule, and yet they sits in the house. Na yeye wakati yenye amekuwa pale, mbona ajai ita ule Muturi kuuliza? Anangoja wakosane na Ruto huko ndio akuja tuambie mambo ya Bunge Tower. Hiyo ni unafiki. Sifuna, unatuambia mambo ya kuita Muturi ati aenda peleke EACC, na wewe ni majority. We easily allegation, kama anasema kwamba allegation ya kusign billions, mbona msiulize kama as a house? Now you can call the shots. You are the deputy party. You are in that house. Where you can, in the Senate, you can call whoever the involved ministry. Muulize maneno ambayo imesemwa, is it true or not true? Same to Junet, uitishe, ulize hii mambo ya Muturi hii, ulitishe ulete pale. So mwache kutubeba wananchi ujinga. Nimesikia jana unasema tuiduinke, Raila anasema ati mambo ya masoko. Wao wako katika broad based government, and I know their games. Their games, number one, ni kufanya wako pamoja na wananchi, but in the real sense they are not close to the Kenyans. Anasema mambo ya masoko. Yes, it's for the counties. But where you are with your brother, why don't you tell your brother, or even those issues ambazo una raise? Wakenya wanaumia mambo na SHA. Sijaiona mbunge wako, because they sit in the House Business Committee, walete those issues. Na una kutupigia pale kelele. Hii ni scheme kuambia ati ya kwamba ati ODM ati inaenda kukua kwa debe ati 2027. This is a scheme to win Kenyans. And then unaenda unapuliza huko, naambia unajua lazima ni kudanganya wakora. Najua mimi peke yangu ndo najua ukora ya watu wa ODM. Na mimi nataka niambie wa Kenya kwamba there is nothing that Raila is telling them, there is nothing that Sifuna is telling them, there is nothing that Junet is telling them. These are just lies. And the problems of Kenyans that are going through is because of the shenaniganism of ODM. They want to believe like they are with the people, but in the reality they are no longer with the people. I want to ask Kenyans to avoid or taking serious ODM. Watawacha kwa mataa. Let us focus on the real issues, and we are going to address issues that are supposed to be addressed. Umeona juzi mabarabara, nasema ati pesa ya mabarabara sijui imekwama wapi. Wanataka yeye, najua anataka magavana ndio apate pesa, magavana wampatie yeye. Sasa hiyo wamehold pesa badala ya support kera iendelee, the institutions that are there doing their work well. Wanaenda pale wanataka pesa iende kwa magavana ndio akote huko. We are selling them. Kenyans are watching, and we are not going to keep silent as you keep on lying to Kenyans that you are with them, yet you are not with them. Thank you so much.
Bunge, 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 ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to BAV. This is Bunge Audio Vision. So, what's up, my people? And yeah, welcome to the Real Stories, Real Streets with the G Buffet. And today, we've got a hit coming straight from the political streets of Kenya. And you've seen the video of Mumias, member of parliament, that is Peter Salasya, has had enough. And you all know when he speaks, you can't bet it's going to make headlines. So today we break down to his fiery response to the Orange Democratic Movement members, or rather the party leaders, or rather the top members of the party, and why he says the whole party has become fake, confused, and part of the Kenya's biggest betrayal. So, talking about the setting of the scene, you've seen the video of Salasya expressing himself in a very, very angry way, which is a very, very unfortunate incident from such a leader like him that is usually jovial. And over the weekend, we've seen the Orange Democratic Movement bigwigs, that is Edwin Sifuna, who is the Secretary General. We've seen Junet Mohammed, who is now the majority in the parliament. And among the guys who are close to the party leader, that is Raila Amolo Odinga, commonly known as mostly referred to as Baba. And the one and only Raila Odinga, after he pulled up in Mombasa, he was able to drop statements that sparked reactions across the nation. But guess who wasn't impressed? That is Peter Salasya, aka PK. And Peter Salasya is calling them out, and not just softly. He's saying it loud, and he's saying that Orange Democratic Movement, that is ODM, is lying to Kenyans, and that they are part of the problem and not the solution to the challenges that most of the members of this country are facing. And yeah, and as we talk about the main accusation, according to Salasya, the Orange Democratic Movement is no longer the people's voice, says Salasya, because for him, he said that they've joined hands secretly or not with the President Ruto's regime, and now they are helping they're helping the government to mislead the public through political games that people have been watching since time immemorial. And in his words, the Orange Democratic Movement lacks integrity, and that they're working with a broken system and pretending to fight it. So they are fake, in short. And those aren't soft words for him, because that's a straight up a declaration from the political war. So apart from that, if you've ever listened to this member of parliament, that is Peter Salasya, you know that he doesn't sugarcoat things, and he talks like someone who's fed up. And in the video, he's so emotional and passionate and sharp on whatever he's trying to address, because he's basically saying Kenyans are tired of politicians using them for clout, and you can't criticize the government in the public, then eat with them in private, which I think was a very wise statement, and a bold as well from the member of parliament of Mumias, that is Peter Salasya. So let's also talk about the context and the reason as to why these statements actually matter. Because as you zoom out for a second, you get to realize that this isn't just ODM versus Salasya. It's about trust. And the Orange Democratic Movement was once the party of the people. But lately, the waters are murky. And yeah, Salasya's message is very, very clear. Don't let the party name fool you, because integrity is not about what colors you wear. It's about how you act behind the scenes, when nobody is watching, when nobody is asking, when nobody is following up, when nobody is what do I say interested, or rather keen in watching the move that you're taking as an individual, rather as a group. So integrity comes in when you're willing to do the right thing without necessarily relying, or rather without necessarily watching if everybody's aware of what you're doing. So as you talk about the Ruto angle in this particular context, before we talk about the Ruto angle, you've seen the way the Orange Democratic Movement has been very, very firm as per their what, as per their ideologies as a party. You get? So the Orange Democratic Movement has been very, very firm when it comes to matters concerning the ideology of the party. Back in 2007, we saw they were trying to put Kibaki's government in check. We've seen in 2011, 2013, 2017, they've been able to put Uhuru's government in check. Now in 2022 onwards, with Ruto's regime, they tried at first to try and put it in check by coming to demonstrate in the streets and making all the diet from all the corners of the country come and fight for the cause. But it has reached a point whereby I think Kenyans are feeling that they are being taken for granted. Kenyans are feeling that they are being woodwinked, and Kenyans are feeling that their interests are not taken at heart. So it has reached a point whereby most of the people, the ODM as the major party of opposition, has faced a very, very tremendous fallout with its former diehards due to the bad reputation that the leader of opposition, that is Raila Odinga, has gained since the demonstrations of the 2024, that is in June. And as you talk about Ruto's angle, Salasya says that the collaboration between ODM and Ruto's administration is a well-orchestrated scheme to blind Kenyans. And whether it's true or not, one thing is clear. He believes the citizens are the ones getting played in this drama. So, in short, he's asking, how are we supposed to believe in leaders who switch sides like it's a game of musical chairs? How do you expect the common mwananchi to believe Raila and to believe Ruto at the same time, or rather to believe in either of them? So it becomes so difficult. And calling on Kenyans, it doesn't really just stop there, because you've been able to see that Peter Salasya has been able to turn to the people, and he turns to the people, that is me and you, and says we need to stop taking these people seriously, because we watch their actions and not their words, and that people shouldn't be fooled by the emotional speeches and empty promises that they are making. So he's actually calling on Kenyans to open the eyes and stop being used as pawns in this political game, because at the end of the day, most of the pawns are not going to make it to the other end of the chessboard. So Kenyans online were torn, and majority have been seen clapping for Salasya, saying that finally someone speaking truth to power has come to liberate us from this bondage that we've been, from these trenches of suffering that we've been crawling within. And others feel like he's just cloud chasing. But one thing that we can all agree on as reputable, or rather, patriotic citizens of this country, is that he said what many are too scared to say out loud. So for many think that Peter Salasya has said what many have been really scared to say, or rather to talk about. And this story reminds us that politics in Kenya is no longer just about tribe or party. It's about character. And if our leaders can't keep it real, we need to start listening to those who do, and not just those who say. So whether you agree with Salasya or not, the man has sparked a conversation, and it's long overdue. And so for me, I'll say let us wait and see what awaits this kind of this energy that Salasya is developing as the days unfold. This feeling that Salasya is getting to ensure that the government must act as per the manifesto that it had set back then during the campaign in the 2022 elections. So what I can say is that we want to wait and see if Salasya is going to be the savior of this country, or is he ultimately going to be swept by the wave of the old oligarchs in this particular country. So what I can say is that that's today's drop on Real Streets, Real Stories with Bunge, with Buffet, and So this is Bunge Audio Visual. Let me know, is Salasya exposing the truth, or is he just stirring the pot? Hit me up on socials, like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for you to be able to get more updates not only in Kenya but across the globe as well.